Hi friends, I'm Steph, and I'm a speech therapist with Mankato Clinic. I get to play with and read books to friends just like you all the time. That's one of my best parts of my job. And today, we're going to read a story together. The story I have is called Penguin's Big Adventure. This book is written and the pictures are drawn by Salina Yoon. So we know she's the author and the illustrator. The title is Penguin's Big Adventure. And we can see on the front cover that there's a picture of a penguin climbing up a very snowy mountain. So we can make a guess that the penguin goes on an adventure to somewhere snowy. Should we find out? We'll look at this fun map on this very first page. Oh, I see somewhere snowy. It looks like the North Pole. Penguin's Big Adventure. One day, Penguin had a big idea. He wanted to do something no penguin had ever done. He wanted to be the first penguin to ever set foot on the North Pole. It's 12,436 miles away. Penguin had planned and packed. He rolled up his adventure map and set off. But before his first mile, Penguin saw Emily sewing. "This looks like a very nice quilt," said Penguin, "and the brightest I'd ever seen." Before Penguin reached his second mile, he saw his little brother Pumpkin weaving. "That is a fine basket, Pumpkin," said Penguin, "and the biggest I've ever seen." Right before his third mile, he saw Bootsy braiding the longest rope he'd ever seen. "Can I help?" "I don't want to tie you up, Penguin. You have far to go." Then Penguin set off for the other side of the world, while his busy friends worked on their own world records. Penguin passed through his favorite places and visited with old friends. "Pinecone." See how he's saying that to the trees? "Cowabunga," he says to a little lobster friend. "We had a whale of a time. Our friend the knitting penguin. Whee! Looks like he's taking a ride on a whale. How fun." Finally, Penguin reached the North Pole. "I'm on top of the world." Penguin threw confetti, turned cartwheels, and planted a sign. Penguin was here. Penguin shouted hooray, and it echoed across the ice. "Hooray, hooray, hooray!" Nobody answered. Penguin was suddenly lonely and afraid. But he was not alone. Oh! Penguin had never seen a polar bear. And polar bear had never seen a penguin. Penguin was thinking about polar bear having some big, sharp teeth and being very loud. And polar bear was thinking about Penguin like he was a ninja that says hi-ya. It was scary. Penguin and polar bear smiled, and it wasn't scary anymore. Polar bear says, "Do you wear a black belt?" "No, I wear an orange scarf." Penguin says, "Do you have big sharp teeth?" "No, but one might be coming in," polar bear says. I think they might be good friends. Together they went on a North Pole adventure. They went whale watching, they built ice forts, they explored the Arctic Sea, and welcomed more visitors. "We missed you." See all the penguins there? Then it was time for the new friends to say goodbye. Penguin left Polar Bear his adventure map. he didn't need it anymore. Because the best part of having an adventure is coming home. Welcome home, they wrote in the snow. That is a beautiful balloon they're riding in. Well, and then Penguin set a world record and Polar Bear set a world record. Penguin's world record was the first penguin to set foot in the North Pole, and Polar Bear's was the first polar bear to meet a penguin. How fun. Penguin really did have a fun adventure. That was a really cute book. So I have a fun challenge for you guys at home. I know we have talked about sensory bins before, but I wanted to challenge you guys to make another sensory bin. These are so fun to do. Remember, it's very easy, the things that you need to have. So the first thing you're gonna need is you're gonna need to grab some type of container. Your container can be like an old toy bin, an empty crate, or even like a cake pan. And that's gonna be the container that we put stuff in. The next thing you're gonna need is some type of filler. Now remember, in our story, Penguin went to the North Pole where there was lots of snow. So can we think of any type of filler that might be white and fluffy? Maybe we could do shaving cream. Or if you don't have shaving cream at your house, your filler might be just snow. So you can go outside with your grown-ups' help and you can get some nice cold snow and put it into your bin. Now remember, shaving cream's kind of messy and the snow is gonna be really cold and it's probably gonna melt when it comes inside. So make sure you have your grown-ups' help when you're getting your filler, okay? Now the fun part. After you get your container and think about what filler you wanna have, you're gonna grab the things for your bin, your play items. Now remember, we had in our story Penguin. He was our main character in the story and he went on an adventure. So he's gonna go into our sensory bin, okay? And then in the story, I remember that Penguin came across his 3 friends. One of them was making a beautiful quilt. The most beautiful he'd ever had seen, he said. So I'm gonna put in just a piece of fabric that I found from my house inside of our bin. One of them was also weaving a beautiful basket. So I just grabbed something, a little bucket that kind of looks like a basket. And I can play with that in my sensory bin. And the third penguin was making the longest rope he had ever seen. So I just grabbed a necklace. And this will be a pretend rope. See how long it is? So that's gonna go into my sensory bin. Now before he left on his adventure, he stopped to say bye to some of his friends. Do you remember that he said bye to the tree named Pinecone? So I'm gonna put a tree in there. And then we saw a lobster who was wearing a scarf and mittens. He said bye, and lobster said cowabunga. So I'm gonna put the lobster in there. He also went on whale rides, so I grabbed a whale friend to go into our sensory bin for our play. And then very last, he felt like he was all alone. But he wasn't really alone because remember, he met a new friend, Polar Bear. Yeah. So I grabbed a polar bear to go inside of my bin. All right, now that I have all my things in there, I can go get my filler, and I might use shaving cream if I have it, or I might just go dig up some snow and put it inside of my bin, and I can make up my own story, or I could retell the story that we just read. Well, I hope you guys have fun, and remember to get your grown-ups help when you're making your sensory bin. I can't wait to hear all about it. Bye, friends.